feet no. You look at that pussy at them and be like, oh shit, no, no. Like, you get butt nigga and tell me no. The fuck? And here's another thing. I'll make an example. If I'm an NFL player and I gotta turn it on every Sunday, what makes you think I can turn it off and go home with my wife and kids 6 days a week? Then I gotta go to the practice and bust up some niggas. Then I gotta go help up myself on Sunday and get violent with some niggas. Then I gotta go home to be kind with my wife and my kids. A lot of people can't make that transition. That's why you see so much abuse all of this shit. And it's like, violence is taught. If you're in a violent situation, something is like, they used to get abused. You come from fucked up home. It's like, well, this is part of the thing. It's like, well, I just got to hang out for 10 years and get half of the money. That's why most of them, they want to have divorcing or whatever, get another chick. Was you the woman, but somebody just told me a story of this one football player, he had a wife, and who was telling me the story? The wife, the man was bringing home women in the car. He would leave the car running. He would come in and be with the family, and then he would leave and go with the chick. And then the woman said, I went out to the car, and I threatened the woman, and the woman said, he said he had to be with you. We will go out and ticket, but he had to come home do the time with the family. She knew everything. Yeah, I know he did. And she was like, look, you need to stop fucking with my man, right? And she said, hey, I'm here for a ride. He'll take care of me. And then she go back in the house and said, he was bringing bitches home, bringing them in the house and shit. Like, kids and shit, dude. I'm like, wow. See, these niggas come from the hood. See, most of these players, they come from poor ass background. Like, motherfucking deep south, deep Alabama, deep in the south. And they like raw talent. So guess what? You can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't get the hood out the nigga.
Wow. So it appears that it's like some kind of psychological or mental evaluations need to be made along the way, where you really have to look at the people.
You better off beating that on your wife than doing some other thing. Being caught with drugs. Using drugs. They do random drugs. And if they get busted with supplements or things and hands and stuff to work out better, use steroids, they harder on you with that than you beat up on your wife. Suspend you a few days. And that's the part. They already adapted with that. They know this is a big thing. So imagine them poor women back in the past that they wasn't covered. They was getting their ass whooped every day. But then, so check this out, the concussion thing, they start figuring it out after the people died. They can't tell you until they did. But the guy, they was like, motherfuckers was having all kind of episodes. They were sleeping out in the front yard and shit like that. And it's because of just bucking heads every day in practice. They hitting heads with, when you're a lineman, right? So you got to initiate a contact with somebody, the other guy, helmet to helmet. Then he may hit you in the head with his hand. He may do this, he may do that. You know, that's what they call the trenches. So the linemen, they down there just going buck wild. That's why there's a referee to look at that, but they got everything going. So imagine every other play you get hit up in the head. Bop, 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 bop. After a while, it's like, that's why we're talking about concussion shit. And then you can do it. So you get paid to damage your body. That's all it is.
Wow, Charles.
See, always people thinking, NFL, man, that shit ain't nothing. That's just straight torture. I used to feel sorry for the players. But a lot of times they don't know. They don't even want it. Like, shit, that's what they're being out. $1 contract.
But they ain't understanding the repercussions. Plus, they not right, and they not setting themselves up just in case that whatever vision they have, they end up injured or whatever. They haven't really appropriated the money that they need. That if something goes wrong, then they have insurance policies of their own and stuff like that that can step in, and then everything fall apart.
They got players on the base, but they help them out. But then they lawsuits, it's the president, and they don't pay doctors up until it ain't no problem. So these doctors are just fixing it up so they can keep playing. They don't look at the long distance. That's why this year they was like playing. They didn't want none of the starters played in the preseason. And they didn't want them to get hurt. And people been getting hurt left and right. These new athletes, like, they just get jacked up. Like, I feel for Jim Brown because he was like playing for Cleveland back in the day. He was talking about he played with broken bones and shit. He said, but these other players didn't like be out for 6 weeks and a half.
And that just goes to tell you probably their overall body is more frail than back in the day, maybe even with the fact what the type of foods they're eating and all the things that you were bringing to the forefront. Charles, I'm gonna throw this out there to you just because it could be something or a product that you can get behind. Is that Peggy signed up the University of North Carolina with the product you was using prior to your surgery. And so maybe that could be a product that you could get behind because and potentially offer it as an offering on your podcast or something like that so you can generate a stream of income. So I'm going to just throw that out there because if they took notice and now the whole school is taking it, maybe that it might even be a school that you want to pay attention to because if sports is your thing and see how they performing, by using it. Because you're saying that proper nutrition, they're not even getting the real proper nutrition. So do you think, Charles, in the NFL, are they eating better or they still eating junk food and stuff like that?
Well, it depends on the player. See, the top players, they got chef. Like, most of the top athletes, if they got big money, they got a chef. Somebody's cooking crew for them special recipes, right? Healthy food and all that. But when you're poor, like let's say you ain't the top player, you just like salary or whatever. You you probably like you might still be eating Japanese. You know, it depends on the person. Because he may come from bad, whatever, and he want to still save his money. Like, he's like, well, I'm stay on this budget. You know, some people, they spend more because they've got more, and they just think, oh, I hit it big. But, you know, it's just like hitting the lottery. It's like they got a school, and even in the NFL, they train them in the beginning to how not to lose your money, but they fuck up the money because they don't even know better. They'll fuck up the money, and they be like, they was like, oh yeah, my homeboy, blah blah blah. So they be thinking a white dude roll up in a Maserati or a Lamborghini and like, oh yeah, he know what to do. He know where to invest the money, but then they be ripping them off. The dude Portis, he played for Washington and Denver. He threatened his one agent. He took all his money, right? And Portis said, "I'm gonna kill you." He threatened me. He's like, hey, I'm killing your ass. If you don't come back with my money, I'm gonna kill you. And he was like, see, white dudes can rip his money off and then just say it was an investment, bad investment, whatever, and motherfuckers don't pay nothing back. And then they be just spending the money on themselves. And it's like the black dude don't even know who writing checks out of his account. And they don't know how to manage their own money and shit like that. And it's like the same shit. And then they wind up doing selling used cars and some shit to make money. And then, you know, then they be out the NFL in 5 years. Because it takes a lot on your body. But it's like, you know, here's the thing. Where a lot of the injuries come from, okay, so they've done all this research to, like, they got all these new rules to prevent them from getting hurt. So now you can't hit the dude in the head with your helmet. You can't go helmet to helmet. You can't hit him above the shoulders. You can only hit him in the chest, but not with your helmet, but with your shoulder pads, right? And then you can't hit a defenseless player. I mean, he comes across the middle and he can't see you coming, and you can't just like knock the shit out of him. And then you can't hit nobody running down the field that can't see you. So the person has to actually look and see you coming and acknowledge that he saw you, meaning like, let's say I'm running down the field and then I see you coming at me and you came from the front position, but let's say you came from the side and you just like knocked the living shit out of me, knocked my feet up in the air and shit. That's important. Cause no more of that. Cause usually like people like try to get that hit, like, oh, I want to get that hit. When he ain't looking, man, his whole body choke and shit. You know, but all that shit is getting taken out of the game. So now let's say DBs. Okay, so the game is improved speed-wise. So everybody's faster than back in the day. So now you got 4.2, 4.3, like human speed, right? So the DBs are running fast as the receivers, right? So they said I can't hit nobody in the helmet or up high. And then I can't tackle nobody up high if he's stronger than me. So some of these DBs are smaller than the running backs or whatever the receiver. So they'll hit below the knee or below. So that's why you see a lot of injuries to the ACL, the knees getting fucked up. So you got a little dude hitting somebody in the legs fast. Some of that full speed on blazing speed, and he knocks him in the legs, and then he fucked the knee up, and now he's on surgery, and he's out for 6 weeks. And he may or may not recover from the shit. Like they just had this dude called, I forget his name, Cheryl. He played for Pittsburgh, right? He was a linebacker. So he made a simple tackle the wrong way. He was paralyzed. And he started walking again, but he had to do all kind of therapy to get back to it, and he started walking. So he's giving out scholarships and stuff to people who are in wheelchairs, and hope they can get like surgery or something to get back walking or whatever. So he's like doing that, and it's like he's telling the story like, when I couldn't walk. And then his lifetime, he turned depressed and shit like that. You know, he's like, not me, you know. And it's like most of them, they'll be out by themselves and they'll fall and mess their leg up without nobody around them. It ain't because somebody hit them. They stepped the wrong way, like you rolled your ankle and fucked something up on the turf, because the turf is like, it's hard. Like, okay, they put it's like carpet. When they put a mat underneath it to kind of absorb the ball, and then it's got like little pieces of little rubber or whatever to keep the soil from destroying it. But it's like carpet. And it's gotten a little better with technology, but most high schools now they plan on turf because turf is cheaper over the long run. Like we drought, drought, so they can't water their grass if it wasn't turf. So turf costs about $1 million, $2, but then they look at the long term. So all these schools in LA, they're all on turf, so you don't have to water the grass. But the turf is like carpet, so carpet rips and they gotta fix it, you know. So, but that turf is hard. It's not hard. It's hot. So in the summer, they have these little black pieces of rubber they grind up and they put on the field to kind of keep the coat to make the thing okay. And then I don't know if it preserves it or whatever. But when you be on that shit and it's in the heat, as a referee, you wear these shoes, right? So imagine that the heat is rising up in your shoe, and you got a rubber shoe, and that shit is boiling your shoe, breaking your body down from the bottom down. You be running, and the shit be like, you feel this in a different kind of way. You don't feel like just from the temperature. You feel from the heat that smolders through the shoe, through your leg, and then that shit breaks your ass down. So, but Peggy and all that, I don't know. I'll go back and get and shit, but I'm going in the academics. I'm not ticketing. I don't do big C before. So the food and all that shit is out. It's podcasting and helping them with scholarships, but you get your money from yourself, and then once you get going and bring kids to NFL, then they look for charity shit, right? That's why you everybody always giving away to this, or they want to give away food, or they try to help somebody else, or blah blah blah. So they gotta charity. They can't just be a football player and not give back. So they'll either go back to the white people, or they'll go to whatever, or whoever gives them whatever. So some of the black people, they'll go and give scholarships to black organizations, but then they'll go where the agent only knows white people. So he's gonna send them to the white people. So you'll see them like March Dime or see whatever the organization that collect the most from the NFL. And like even on the cooking show, they'll do a celebrity charity organization. So they'll win $10,000 for cooking them the best plate, but then they'll donate $10,000 to every charity. And most of them, they try to keep people involved in the community, so they contribute. They go give Christmas stuff out or Thanksgiving turkey or whatever. Because they don't want to say, "Oh, collect your check." Or collect your check and I ain't giving back.
Hold on 1 second, Charles. Hold on. Hey, what's up? I'm on the phone with my friend in California.
Tell them I got my ticket.
Oh, you going to California? Oh, okay. I'll call you right back. That's
What's that? San Antonio,
San Diego.
in San Diego.
Oh, okay. That's where his sister live.
All right.
Okay. Congratulations. Oh, I'll call you back.
All right.
Okay, bye. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Charles?
Yeah.
Okay. That was my friend out in Detroit. Say he coming to California to San Diego. He working on something dealing with Web3 and I don't know. I have to get more detail. And I was telling him about you. He said, tell him I'm coming to California. I said, well, you going where his sister lives. I know. Oh yeah, I know that you're not even interested in being around nobody or anything, but he was asking me what I was doing and small talking. And I said I was on the phone with you and
So when people ask you stuff like that, let them know what's going on in your life or no?
he knows what's going on in my life very intimately. I'm working with him with some stuff with Social Security and everything. Yeah, so he knows, and he knows that I have a friend out in California that I've talked to because I told him how you've been helping me. So we talked. So we're friends. We're more than that. He actually called me his mother, like his play mama. But more than that, yeah. And he was just like, "Oh, what you doing, Ma? Oh, I'm on the phone with Charles. Oh, Ma, I just got my ticket to go to California." And it's like, "Oh, tell him I'm coming." Like, you don't even know.
It's true because it's like when I was going to see the fact that I luckily met
Yeah.
I was dangerous, which had nothing to do like I would never want to be the day I bought that property. I'm like, oh, this shit bring me out of here.
Right.
Not my choice. I'm going by this shit. It's like anytime I try to come hang out or whatever, but shit. That was I was looking at your last year. They went up in the car and get on the plane and get a renter and play. By the time I leave, so they see me going to work on the plane, and then people come over and they want to rent the plane. I'm like, can you get a rent? Shit. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have that property no more. I don't give a damn what the property costs now. Fuck that. I don't know. Hey, that was a headache. That never has to investment.
Whatever happened with Joy? Is she still in New Mexico?
Yeah, I don't know. She still getting mail here. I throw it away. But she moved back with her mom, so I couldn't see her moving nowhere else because she was a visionary. She was like she did on anything that possibly could make money. But then of course she had all these ideas and dreams and shit. But then they were like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where her hustle was. So I don't know. We grew up together in San Diego, and she went to church with me when I was a kid. So I knew her brother, who actually died. They were foster kids or something. And I knew him when we grew up in church in San Diego. So we got history. And then she came to Long Beach State. And then I was like, oh, no, hey, I remember you from whatever. But, and then my sister came up here, and then she knew it too. I don't know how the hell Joy came to stay in my house. I don't know. I mean, I think she came by one day, and well, I used to do the party, but she said she wanted to come and help and collect the money and shit, right? So her ass was up in here, was in a room with 5 niggas all over her. Like one nigga was rubbing her feet, the other motherfuckers up there kissing on her neck. Man, I mean, it was like 5 niggas. I went in the room. I was like, "Hey, get your ass up out of here!" I was like, "Oh, fuck it! I'm getting charged for this room. What the fuck was y'all in here just chilling and shit?" And what it was okay. It was a bunch of women. I had like 20 women, right? And they would be, they're dancers, and they come and do everything. They go to boom rooms and whatever. But then Joy, she was like helping me, like, sell beers and this and that. And then next thing you know, she over here talking to dudes, right? So the dudes who really didn't want to give the money were like fucking with Joy. It was like, this is the alternative thing to fuck with her. And she was like, "Oh, I like the attention." So then next thing you know, she got like all these niggas she got in the room, and she just chilling in the boom room, getting hooked up. And I'm like, "Yo, hey, what's going on here?" Lights out and shit. And I'm like, "Whoa, hey, get the fuck up out of here." And she was like, I said, "You're supposed to be helping me collect money and this. And you ain't doing shit. You know what? Take your shit and go. Go and get out of here." I can't, you can't have like, it's like a dog in heat. It's like, shit, she in here doing her thing. I'm like, "Oh, no, you gotta go." And I had like a bunch of women friends who wanted to come to the party. And I said, "Look, man, it's confidentiality. I can't take you to the party. And then you see people who are married and shit, they try to let their hair down. And it's like, I can't bring you. That would mess up the whole situation." So a lot of dudes came over, they were married, and some people don't even go to strip clubs. So it's like, they just want the confidentiality and, and it was a cool vibe. And, but then I was like, "No, I gotta stop this shit." Once I got my house remodeled, I said, "I'm not gonna do no more of this shit in my house." So this is my house now. It's like, no more of that. It was so bad. Like the last party I did, there was like so many people, right? And niggas was coming back to the party through my back window. Like they opened up my back window and came into my house, and I'm like, "What you doing, dude?" I come to my room and it's like, motherfucker coming through my window. I'm like, "What you doing, man?" "Oh, I'm just coming back and talk to old girl." I said, "Motherfucker, get out of my fucking window, man. Go on. Get the fuck out of here. Party's over." And I'm like, this one dude, right? He was shady crazy. But he was like, he was trying to act like, all that. Like, I'll come check your shit out. But, I don't touch the women, right? So he's like, I'm above that. Man, this motherfucker was pushing me in the party. He on his knees just walking around the party trying to lick all these girls' pussy. And I'm like, dude, could you get up and get in a chair and put money out like the rest of them? Like, dude, I'm gonna dash you to leave if you don't keep doing this shit. And